Hello everyone, welcome back to the review section. So we mentioned before that schools have tried to kind of remedy the subjectivity that went on. So they did this by trying to grade on a school-by-school basis. So that meant that the students would get a grade similar to that one of the school's past history, I believe over the past decade. This made sense to make the overall grade a bit clearer. However, it didn't make sense on an individual level. So it meant that if a student recently moved schools, their grade would be judged on that school's performance. Whereas, what if they came from a better performing school beforehand? Their grade would have been lowered. So one thing that also happened is that the whole system kind of locked in disparities that already existed between low income and high income areas. All of this just really didn't sit well with the public. Lock in.
Not sit well. In fact, they got a ton of negative complaints about this, and as a result of the complaints that were received, the authorities decided to scrap the algorithm that they were using to get these grades.
Scrap.
Honestly, finding a solution that is satisfactory to everybody involved, it's not going to be easy.
It's not. I've been listening to some BBC podcasts where students are calling up crying.
Oh, wow.
And this whole thing has really gotten out of control.
Satisfactory.
A-levels are the equivalent of our high school senior level exams, but I'm curious, what do you think about this whole teacher grading compared to the actual scores? Do you think one is more important than the other?
Man, that's a tough question.
Right.
I really don't know which one is more important than the other. I like to give teachers the respect that they deserve. I think most teachers are doing a good job. Maybe I'm saying that because I'm a teacher myself.
Right.
But I personally don't believe in inflating scores because I like a student. I think that if you really like a student, then you will want them to get better by themselves. So me personally, if you do give a certain degree of authority to the teacher, and just let them decide what a score should be, I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing. But it really depends on the subject, right?
It really does. It really does. I completely agree with what you said. Teachers shouldn't base their scores on how much they like a student, but it's so hard to not be biased in some ways.
That's true.
Yeah, so I do believe, I think the 40% was originally a good percentage, but obviously a lot of schools don't think so.
Yeah.
So, right everyone, thank you for tuning in, and that will do it for Unit 8, and we'll see you in the next unit.